Tom Allen gets noticed everywhere he goes, but not always for the right reasons. Someone will come up to me and say I love you on TV, that legal thing you do with all the robes, and that travel show you did with Rylan. They think I'm Judge Rinder, the waspish comedian tells me, shaking his head. I mean, I could see it if they thought I was Bruce Willis. Maybe it's the mannerisms. Tom, back on TV next week hosting The Apprentice, You're Fired, has always been different. At 5, he was banned from his late father's Southeast London local for acting out a soap opera scene. My dad used to take me to the Anglesey Arms in Bromley. I sat there with my bottle of Coke and my crisps watching EastEnders, and when Dad said it was time to leave, I slapped him across the face because I thought I was Angie Watts. I got barred from the pub. Who bars a 5-year-old? Dad Paul was a car salesman turned coach driver. His retired mother Irene was a sales assistant at the Army-Navy store. Tom sounds nothing like them or his brother, James. His surprisingly posh voice, with its elongated and sometimes strangulated vowels, is a byproduct of his lifelong love of Kenneth Williams and the classic films he would lap up with his mum growing up, Ealing comedy masterpieces like King Hearts and Coronets and David Lean's superb Great Expectations. I was speaking in full sentences at 2, Tom, 41, recalls. Family friends would engage me in conversation just to hear me speak. My mum was often embarrassed because I'd be off talking to old ladies, having a natter, and that's been the case ever since. I would get lost in the supermarket on purpose just to hear them call out my name on the tannoy. The occasionally caustic but always warm-hearted star admits he stuck out a sore thumb at Cooper's Comprehensive School in Chislehurst. I was bullied because of my voice. I didn't fit in anywhere. Normal kids would say, "Why do you talk like that?" Kids could be quite mean. I was beaten up a boy who accused me of looking at him. I don't think I was. There was always a sense of impending aggression. It steeled me for the world of stand-up. In his teens, Tom adored Victoria Wood as seen on TV. I loved the way they portrayed everyday conversations. Everyone else at school in my year was into Oasis and Ali G. I was into Noel Coward and Kenneth Williams. I gravitated towards Kenneth, him trying to be so grand and always falling short. That was wonderful. Blending in was never an option. At 16 I dressed in Victorian clothing and once performed a Julie Walters monologue on stage to deflect from the fact I was gay, he says. Obviously, a flawed plan. He did his first stand-up spot at Bethnal Green Working Men's Club in London's East End 20 years ago this month, galloping through a 6-minute set. They weren't an easy crowd, but they seemed to like it. It took me more than 10 years to work out what I enjoyed about comedy and what I wanted to say. An abusive heckler rattled him so badly at one early Birmingham club gig that he left the stage early. And they paid me half the money, so I learned that lesson. But the circuit has changed. Back then it was tough and abrasive. It's more inclusive now. I had to keep going and hold my nerve. Comedy is a lot to do with confidence. My dad always said the world takes you at your own evaluation.